Yo, what's up YouTube? What's up everybody? Okay, the video I'm doing the video about the tragic death of Daunte Wright. The video I'm talking about the tragic death of Daunte Wright and why this officer Kimberly Porter had killed him during traffic stop. So the video is about on the tragic death of Wright. So here we go. Okay, Daunte Demetrius Wright was a 20-year-old black man living in a big city of Minneapolis. He also had moved from Chicago. His parents, I say, moved to this area. His father is black and his mother's white. So I believe he's mixed or either biracial. During his teen years, Daunte wasn't doing well in school. So it kind of felt like school wasn't kind of hard for him to focus in on. Yeah, he had dropped out of school because he had a learning disability. So yeah, so with education, he started to work, fast food jobs and retail to support his 2-year-old son at the time. But prior to the shooting, he had a warrant for his arrest for aggravated robbery and also failed to appear in court. And he also had fled from officers and had possessed a gun with a permit. And he also had basically a short note against the female. So I think him and the female, got to a little dispute or something. I felt like, it more like domestic violence dispute. So I felt like, he got type of registered order against him. So to the time, his female also, and it was Kim Porter. So Kim Porter was a white 40-year-old police officer in the Brooklyn Center Police Department, and she worked for the department since '95, and she was a field trained officer, and she also trained another new officer, at the time of the shooting. So on a tragic incident on April 22nd, 2021, Wright was driving his girlfriend, a white 2011 Buick LaCrosse that registered for his brother. I said Daunte was I said time he was going to a to a car wash at the time and see so I believe him and girlfriend was going to a car wash. So I think him and Porter had observed the vehicle sitting at a right turn while it was inside a left turn lane. He also noticed that the vehicle had a expired registration tag and a sticker on a license plate, and air freshener hanging from the car rearview mirror. So they also, as it became a violation of the state Minnesota law. See, the officer Kimberly Porter had stopped Daunte doing a traffic stop on 63rd Avenue North, but see at the time the officer kind of learned that Daunte Wright didn't have no driver's license on him or proof of insurance of the car, and so I think by the camera had showed it was like two male officers and one female officer. Porter approached the car. So at the time, they're trying to resist arrest Daunte. So where things got became more intense with the whole event. So I think Daunte, I think he came on battle with the officers to where they're trying to keep it from dropping off. So I think they went crazy. They went kind of more intense with the whole incident. So I think Porter had took out a taser out and put a taser on Daunte to where, you know, based on left side of, and a gun on her right side. So things got kind of violent, intense to where she warned him on to keep his hands on the steering wheel. I'm out of stereo, so I believe Daunte had basically got a car. I think he was in the car to when they trying to convince him on basically on not driving off. So I think Port had warned him a second time to keep his hands off the steering wheel. So things start. So I think she got I still got more afraid to where he might drive off into. So I think trying to elude the officers to where things happened to when Kimberly Porter had took out her gun and she had shot Daunte while he was in the as a car seat. So I feel like she had put out her gun on him and she basically shot him by mistake. So I feel like the gun was a Glock millimeter model. So I think that's how he had got shot. So I think he crashed his car to another area to when he was shot in the chest. So I think his girlfriend, wasn't injured in this shooting. So I feel like, I feel like Porter had got, so I feel like it's more of a type of murder that happened when cops trying to get the person on not to do things that he really can cause him life. So I feel like Ken Porter had tried to warn them basically third time on not to put his hands on hands on steering wheel to when she had shot him. So I feel like this murder is more of yeah. So I feel like this murder it more kind of more murder basically happened when officer can't stop somebody during traffic stop. Thing might go off, but so I think he had got shot and dead on scene. So I think girlfriend was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries, and to her death, was a homicide death. How she had shot him in the chest. So I think she got got charged with manslaughter. So yeah, I think manslaughter leads to. So I think manslaughter means when somebody does a bodily injury or kill somebody. I see with the intent to kill, miss that. It called either manslaughter or murder. So I think Ken Porter got charged with manslaughter, and so I bet she got charged with murder of basically Daunte. So I think the family of Daunte felt more shocked about on how he was killed. I said during that time, I feel like his death was a kind of a homicidal death that went tragic wrong. How he was shot and killed by this officer. So I feel like if you're an officer, you gotta learn on how to use your judgment, especially like you just carrying a gun, on your pocket, or carry a gun or badge or a taser, means that thing might go off. If you gotta use force. So I feel like she killed Daunte by using force, on how police basically shouldn't use force on based on nobody. If you are an officer, miss that. Yeah, I feel like she handled the whole thing the right way. So I feel like she had got a gun, shot him up, on how this whole thing went. Knowing the news about how she is a murderer, on how she killed Daunte by her following orders, I think. So tragic, but also. So make sure I like, comment, and Instagram speed up to